Hey everybody, before this video gets started, just wanted to hop in here and let you know we had to record a night early this week. Nate had something else going on. Today is Tuesday, October 7th. This is our normal recording day. So before we get things kicked off, some of the positions that we're giving you guys, like keep trade cut and the positional rankings on the season, might be inaccurate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and with the graphics, I'll put an asterisk and I will put the correct positions for them. So we just gave the accurate positions as of recording. So just wanted to let you know about that. Otherwise, enjoy the episode.
We're at the point in the season where you need to buy and sell. And that's what we're talking about tonight. Now, there's a caveat here. We did have to record a day early, just scheduling conflicts. These things happen. So we're recording Monday night instead of Tuesday night. So some of our rankings, keep trade cut stuff is not 1000% up to date. We're just a day early, and it's better to be early than late. Right, Nate?
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
All right, cool. All right, so let's talk some buys and sells. This is what we're all about. You guys had mentioned it in YouTube comments, and hey, if you listen on Spotify and there's anything you really want to hear, as long as we can work it into our curriculum, if you will, we gladly will. Leave us a comment, and if a great way to reach us, forgive me, patreon.com/Dynasty Rewind. Sign up there. You can always be in touch. But Nate, let's talk some buys and sells. So Nate, why don't you kick it off for us? But before we do, actually, I wanted to just bring this up. We had two guys that had some pretty, I don't want to say league winning, but definitely week winning games for you if you started these guys. Let's start with Rico Dowdle. Nate, 23 carries, 206 yards, a touchdown. 3 catches, 28 yards, and no touchdowns. It's a monster game. 1 week wonder, buying or selling. I'm going to sell if I can because we know Chuba's the guy there long term, not Rico Dowdle. So 0 RB guys, pump the brakes a little bit.
Mike, that this had me so excited on Sunday. My guy, Rico Dowdle, who I've been, in love with for many, many years now, going back to his days in South Carolina.
That is true.
I have him everywhere. He won. I had a great week this week because I had a lot of Rico Dowdle to start. And as much as I love him, I think this is a 1 week wonder. Chuba's the guy when he's there. I think they're very happy to have Rico. But Chuba's the guy when he's there. It sounds like he'll be back next week, most likely. So, maybe Rico eats a little bit into the workload, but Chuba already has such a big workload that even if he loses a couple carries or touches to Rico, he'll still be just fine.
And I'm okay with a running back losing a few carries here and there to keep him fresh throughout the season, for the record. So I have no problem with that. And the second guy, Rashid Shaheed, 4 catches, 114 yards, and 1 touchdown. But Nate, you did put a note on here, and I like this. This is a reason why I wanted to put him on here. With Spencer Rattler, I understand it's a Kellen Moore offense, and it's looked pretty good at times. 2 of 5 games have scored under 10 points. He's not consistent. So if somebody wants to chase points and send you a trade offer, if it's a good one, I think I'm going to strongly consider it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Rashid Shaheed on a fantasy standpoint. He's just not consistent week to week. And I really, as someone who hates start sits, I want someone who's consistent on a week to week basis with upside, of course.
Yeah.
Shaheed has the upside, but he also has the risk that comes into play with that. Great game this past week, but only 2 out of 5 games so far this year above 10 points. So when he doesn't have a great game, he's not really doing anything for you. So he's just really not consistent. That's how he's been the last couple of years. He obviously has big playability, but on a week-to-week basis, especially with an offense that's Spencer Rattler, the Saints they got their first win this week. They're not a great offense. Rattler's done, quite well for himself considering, but they're still not a high-powered offense or anything. So Olave also is second in the league in targets, so he's obviously the wide receiver 1 there. Shaheed, 4 catches. 114 yards is great, but only on 4 catches. You're going to need a lot of efficiency every week and week. So I'm selling if I have him.
To me, he's a guy that if my NFL team signed him, I'd be like, oh, cool. But
yeah,
from a fantasy perspective, I'm going to pass. But hey, let's kick into it. Give me a buy.
All right. One of my favorite buys right now, and he's not cheap, but I've been really impressed. And it's a situation where you might be able to buy him right now. Tetairoa McMillan, obviously wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers, a rookie, was a top 5 pick in rookie drafts, most likely. Wide receiver 25 right now in the season. Wide receiver 11 on keep trade cut. Just had 6 catches for 73 yards against Arizona on 8 targets. Tetairoa McMillan is a bona fide wide receiver 1, and he has proven that. so far this year, just through 5 games. I've been impressed. He's done enough for me where I can, he's wide receiver 11 on keep trade cut. He might need to be higher than that. The only thing keeping him that low, quote unquote, is Bryce Young and just the question mark at quarterback. And Bryce Young, a very frustrating quarterback to watch because the first half of the game he'll be terrible, and you're like, why is the guy even starting? And then the second half he'll be incredible, and he'll end up throwing for like 300 yards nearly, and he's got like a really nice highlight reel in the second half, and she's like, what is going on here?
I gotta say it. He's our new Blake Bortles.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I
Blake Bortles, start him, but don't watch him.
It is a roller coaster, and it's consistent. It's not like 1 week he's bad, 1 week he's good. It's every week he's both good and bad. So I don't know if it's him, if it's the organization, the coaching. I'm not sure. Hopefully they figure something out to be more consistent. But what is consistent is Tetairoa McMillan. He's seen 8 targets in every single game so far this year. 9 in the first, 10 week 2, and then 8 since then. So he is getting a great target share, great amount of volume, which in fantasy football, we always chase volume because you don't know what on a week-to-week basis efficiency is going to look like. But if you chase volume, you'll come out ahead more times than not. He's a rookie. He's, obviously doesn't have a ton of competition there in the wide receiver room, but he is the wide receiver 1 there. He's only caught 57% of his targets, which is actually really low. So we should see positive regression at some point, whether it's a new quarterback, whether it's them figuring out their offense. But once that happens, he's going to skyrocket from wide receiver 25 to probably a top 15 wide receiver the rest of the season whenever they kind of figure out a bit more consistency there. Also averaging 4.7 yak rec, which we love. 4.7 is pretty solid. It's in the mid-20s among qualified wide receivers, and that's with a quarterback that's pretty inconsistent. So if that play can get any better, I expect that number to rise as well. So I really like what I've seen from Tetairoa McMillan this year so far. And price-wise, obviously, you're not going to be able to get him for just a first because someone just spent a first on him this past year. So you're going to have to add something to the first, maybe a first and, a throw-in player, but not a throw-in player, like a decent player. Maybe a second, maybe a first and a second gets it done, but I think that's like a starting point for a trade for Tetairoa McMillan. A team that is contending maybe is more willing to move on from him, even though he's still, flirting with the top 25, top 24 there. But some players, Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, saw both those guys traded straight up for Tetairoa McMillan. Kind of depends on what you need for your team and what your timeline is. Also saw Drake London straight up for Tetairoa McMillan. Which, hey, you got two wide receivers with inconsistent quarterback play. Get younger with Tetairoa McMillan. I don't know if I think Drake London is that much more talented than Tetairoa McMillan. So you're getting younger.
Yeah.
I would love to trade Drake London if I had a Drake London. I would love to trade Drake London for Tetairoa McMillan plus. So that's what I would be doing right now.
Drake London has the same amount of catches. He has less yards. He's averaging more fantasy points per game.
Probably because he has a touchdown. I don't think McMillan has a touchdown yet.
Yeah, but Tetairoa McMillan has more points. He's got almost 100 more yards, though. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I think I'd probably rather have Drake London right now.
Nope.
Right now.
Drake London for Tetairoa McMillan plus, man. I'm telling you, this can be such a good trade.
All right. Fair enough. I don't know how I feel about Kenneth Walker and Breece Hall, though, for the record.
Yeah, I think it depends on what you need.
Yeah, I agree. Nate, would you like a sell from me?
Absolutely.
Good, because I'm selling Cincinnati Bengals running back Chase Brown. It's not all his fault. Okay, the Cincinnati Bengals do some things well. They pay their best players a lot of money. And then they do nothing to protect said best players. I will say this. I saw some highlights from the Bengals game. My God, Jamar Chase is one of the best wide receivers I've ever seen play football. For real. But right now on Keep Trade Cut, it's running back 19 on Keep Trade Cut. Gross. The Bengals, Browns, and Brown. Well, you know what? The Browns aren't having a good season either, but that's neither here nor there. Not having a great season. Now, if you recall, leading up to the past draft, we speculated that the Bengals were going to draft a running back to either surpass Chase Brown or complement him. They did neither, but it really wouldn't have mattered when their line can't block worth a damn. They got Joe Burrow hurt. Jake Browning, should be next, the way that he's getting hit back there. Check this out, Nate. Versus Detroit, 8 carries for 27 yards, 7 catches for 21 yards, no touchdowns.
Not good.
Not good at all. Here's his season so far. 65 carries, 160 yards, 1 touchdown, 18 receptions, 95 yards, no touchdowns. Let's compare it to the first 5 games of last year. Last year, 41 carries, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, 12 catches, 39 yards, 1 touchdown. So more receptions, more yards, less touchdowns through the air, and obviously less touchdowns on the ground. It's not looking great. So
No.
I will say, in all fairness to Chase Brown, right around this time of the year, he started to elevate his game a little bit more. If memory serves me correctly, that's when Zach Moss
Got hurt. Had the neck injury, I think it was.
But he's the guy now. Should have had a better shot from the get-go. He doesn't. I just think it's time to move on. If you're going in one direction, team's going in the other. Chase Brown would be a good buy for a rebuilder and good for you to get off of your roster. What does it cost? You ask? I shall tell you. Nick Chubb and Jacoby Myers for Chase Brown.
Man, I've been so disappointed in Jacoby Myers so far this year. I have him everywhere, and he was good like the first 2 weeks, but Geno Smith is just so bad right now.
And he wasn't to start the season either.
It's tough right now with Jacoby Myers. He's getting the targets. It's just they're not efficient. Geno Smith is bad. I might take Chase Brown here. I'm wondering if Chase Brown is a buy low, but the problem is I don't think the Bengals are going to be any better.
That's the thing.
So it's like, I mean, yeah, he's like you said, he's a good buy for like a team that's looking for next year.
Yeah.
But also, he's a day three running back, or a late day 2, actually, maybe. Either way, I think I go Chase Brown here between Chubb and Jacoby.
Let's see. He was drafted.
I think it was like late 3rd round, actually.
Someone's screaming right now. He was drafted in the 5th round.
Oh, yeah, day 3 running back. So, you know, you never know. Never know.
He was drafted in the 7th round of the CFL draft. So there you go.
Okay, good for him.
I didn't know that. Now you all know. You're welcome.
I think I was just thinking because we had him graded out as a late day 2 pick.
Yeah. His brother, who plays for the Eagles, was a higher draft pick, but is not a starter. So they drafted Andrew Makuba. Next trade, RJ Harvey and Chase Brown for Drake London.
Yeah, I guess you're going to make me pick Drake London here. I think that's probably the right side. You're getting rid of 2 running backs, though, and getting rid of 2 running backs. I mean, what does your roster look like? You better have a lot of running back depth already, because I don't like the idea of getting rid of 2 running backs for a wide receiver unless I have a very stacked running back room.
Yeah, I'd love to see the rest of that team.
Yeah.
The next one, this one, somebody moved Chase Brown for a 26 second, a 26 fourth, and a 28 second.
Yeah, if you're a team that is rebuilding, I want to get a first for Chase Brown. The problem is you can't get one right now, most likely. So this is probably the best you can do. I hate that second is 28 second. If there's like 2 26 seconds and a 4th, pretty happy with it. I'm not a fan of that second being out so far.
I agree. 28 second, like, come on.
I'd probably keep Chase and look for something better.
I would too, for sure.
Even if it's a player of a 2nd round value instead of that 28 second. So then a 2nd, a 4th, and a player that I like, that's a 2nd round value.
Okay, fair enough. Nate, you have a sell for me?
I sure do. Got to watch him this week. CJ Stroud, quarterback 15 on the season, quarterback 15 on keep trade cut.
Interesting.
Was quarterback 1 on the week, playing a preseason style defense in Baltimore, where they had lost most of their starters and is quite literally the worst defense in the league. They've allowed more points already through 5 games than the 2000 Ravens allowed all season. This is not the Ravens defense that we all grew up on.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I'm a Ravens fan. Seeing them without Lamar, with their defense so banged up, them being 1-4, it hurts me because I love when the Ravens are good. They play a brand of football that I love. You know, I love that the rivalries between them and the Bengals. Well, the Bengals don't matter right now so much, and the Steelers. So seeing them like this, I hurt for you, Nate.
It hurts. Don't worry. I heard enough for everyone, but I appreciate that. CJ Stroud, like I said, played the worst defense in the league and absolutely lit them up. Then the Texans could do whatever they wanted. The Ravens quite literally suck right now. And so Stroud went 23 for 27, 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 run for 30 yards, which was his career high. Before this week, though, he hadn't finished above quarterback 15. And actually, in the first 3 weeks, he was quarterback 26, 23, and 25. Still hasn't hit over 250 passing yards on the year so far. This is running a little bit more than last year. He's averaging about 25 yards a game. But we'll see if that sticks. I'm not sure. We'll see. Either way, Stroud has not been a good fantasy quarterback. He wasn't a good fantasy quarterback last year. Hasn't really been this year until his quarterback 1 week against the league's worst defense, which anyone could be a quarterback one against. So I think this is a great opportunity to sell. Just had a great week. People are going to be like, oh, the Houston Texans are back. You know, their offense is great. Their offense has been putrid for most of the season so far. I don't think that this is like a turnaround game where all of a sudden they're going to be really good. It's not like they, overcame, a tough defense. So I would be looking to move off of Stroud. He's not, if I'm a Texans fan, I'm happy to have Stroud as my quarterback. Very happy. But if I'm a fantasy football team, I do not want Stroud on my team. He's just outside of his rookie year, he hasn't really done anything. And I like him, but I think you can do better value-wise than you can do with Stroud. Now, he is falling a little bit. He's down to quarterback 15 on Keep Trade Cut. Remember, at one point his rookie year, he was quarterback 1, I believe, on Keep Trade Cut.
I remember.
Wild. But I think after this week, he'll jump a little bit higher on Keep Trade Cut, probably to like maybe quarterback 12, 13. And it's a good opportunity to go ahead and move off of him. Some players you can move off of CJ Stroud for. AJ Brown. Buy low on AJ Brown, Mike?
It's just an interesting trade, especially in a super flex format. A starting quarterback who many people thought could be a top 10 quarterback again this year for a wide receiver. I don't know what to make of that.
Might need a little bit more on the AJ Brown side just to keep him safe.
Yeah, especially if it's in a super flex league. Yeah, I don't know.
AJ Brown in a second.
Yeah,
a little bit better.
We're getting there.
Or maybe AJ Brown in maybe Spencer Rattler or someone, at least so you have another quarterback coming back.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Quarterback swap here, Caleb Williams.
If I can get Caleb Williams for CJ Stroud, I think I'm doing it right now.
I'm absolutely doing it.
Yeah.
I'd much rather bet on the Bears offense, as cursed as the Bears offense has been throughout their history.
You're able to say that.
Yeah, right. And then another trade here, Cam Ward, a first-round pick and a third-round pick for CJ Stroud.
So the only way I'm making this trade, if I'm getting Cam Ward, I can't be a competing team.
No, cannot be right now.
And look, I think the world of Cam Ward. He's playing with the Titans. They have a lot of questions, a lot of issues. He's looked good at times. He's looked bad at times. I'm not out on Cam Ward, but if I think I'm competing, I have to keep CJ Stroud right now. I do think the trade is fair, however.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like Cam Ward as well, but man, that Titans team as a whole is just not good.
It's brutal.
It's like really bad. Like they're quite far and away the worst team in the NFL. And that's saying something because the Ravens are really bad.
Yeah. Nate, would you like another buy for me?
Let's hear it. I love this one. I wish I had bought more of him in the offseason. And I knew I should have.
I tried. But look, here's the thing. Not every buy is going to be a value buy. Okay, we're going to do some value buys in a little bit. But if you want to win your fantasy football championship, right now it looks like Jonathan Taylor is the guy to do that. It's running back 4, Keep Trade Cut. Currently the running back 2 on the season. If chasing a title, I don't know who else I'd rather go after right now. The Indianapolis Colts offense with Daniel Jones at quarterback is putting up insane numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. If you follow the trajectory of players leaving the Giants, right? Saquon Barkley leaves the Eagles. They win the Super Bowl. Daniel Jones in Indianapolis. Indianapolis Colts are your Super Bowl champions this year. What a strange world that would be. I don't know. I'm making it up here with that.
I don't know. Also, players that go to the Giants don't always fare well. Kenny Golladay.
I think I saw something since 2015. The Jets and Giants have lost a combined 233 games,
Oh my gosh.
something like that. I will look it up then, and I'll come back to it. But check this out: versus the Raiders, not a ton of yards, right? 66 yards on 17 carries, 3 rushing touchdowns,
Yep.
3 catches for 20 yards. Not that's an extra 5 fantasy points in a PPR format. That's fantastic. On the season, Nate, 94 carries, 480 yards, 6 touchdowns as of this recording, all leading the NFL. That is fantastic. We're 5 weeks into the season. He has almost 500 yards rushing. He's looking good. But you got to pay up to get Jonathan Taylor. Now, one of these trades, though, it's a tale of teams going in 2 different directions. Malik Neighbors straight up. You doing it?
If I'm contending, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was looking to move Neighbors for JSN at the beginning of the podcast. If I can get Taylor and I need a running back, I think that's a good trade to make. In the one of the leagues I have Malik Neighbors, I have CMC, so I don't need Taylor. But yeah, maybe I'll look at it.
I think I'd rather have Taylor than CMC. I mean,
in a vacuum,
are like a
probably
org. You know what I mean?
It's dicey with CMC.
Yeah. 26 first and a 26 second. I'm easily making
Hell
that trade.
Yeah. That's an easy trade.
Yeah, especially stay tuned to this channel because Nate and Hoff, they're going to be recording a lot more 26 content. We're going to be hitting it early. Right now, I don't know what the running back class exactly looks like. The wide receiver class has a lot of question marks in it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and make this trade to win the championship right now.
Yep.
And here's the one. Like I said, teams going in 2 different directions. Javonte Williams and a 28 first.
I don't even know if you're a rebuilding team. What do you even want Javonte Williams for? He's definitely like a 1-year rental kind of thing.
Is he?
I would think.
The only reason I say that is because he's playing pretty well.
He's playing great. I don't know what his contract is. Are you looking it up right now?
I was just bringing up. We're recording a day early. He's running back 3 on the season, averaging.
He's got a 1-year contract. So, I mean, not that they can't re-sign him, but
of course. But we're talking 20.7 fantasy points per game. That's more than James Cook, Jahmyr Gibbs, Devon Achane, Bijan Robinson. I'm sorry, no, Bijan Robinson has 22.1. Forgive me. Kyron Williams, Saquon Barkley, Omarion Hampton, who did get put on IR today. So go pick up Hassan Haskins and Kamani
Vidal.
Yeah. It's more than Ashton Genty. It's more than Josh Jacobs. Oh, by the way,
really good.
Watching that Broncos game yesterday, J.K. Dobbins still got it. He looks good. He looks really good. So, yeah, Javonte could get re-signed. So, I don't know. We'll see. All right, Nate. You want to do some quick hits for us?
Let's do it.
All right. Who do you got as your first buy or sell?
Yep. Looking at values here. So, Mike, we said, after 100 up on the keep trade cut, we're looking some more depth pieces or flex plays or things like that. I got Stefon Diggs here. Watching Stefon Diggs last night in the revenge game against the Bills was incredible. He had 9 catches, 134 yards of what I have here, but I think he actually might have had another catch. 10 receptions, 146 yards is where he finished up on the night last night. He's now had 2 games in a row over 100 yards. He's got 29 receptions, 359 yards on the season so far, and doing this on about a 50% snap share because he's still coming off the ACL injury, so they're not playing him every single down. Like, it's been 50% so far this season each game, just about. So as the year goes on, that number should rise, especially with how he's playing right now. He looks healthy. He doesn't look like he's, someone coming off a ACL injury. He suffered last year in week 8. It hasn't even been a full year yet, and he's already looked this good. Took 3 games to kind of get back to pace, and now he's operating as the wide receiver 1 for a really, really good young quarterback in Drake May, who's having a breakout year. Drake May, 73.9% completion rate, has over 1,200 yards so far, 8.2 yards per attempt, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Just beat Josh Allen at Buffalo on Sunday Night Football. Drake May is legit. I'm pretty excited to have a couple shares of him, and I wish I had more, to be quite honest. So Stefon Diggs, 31 years old though, so he is older. The drop-off could be coming. He could be cut this offseason based on his contract, but he's there technically for 2 more years after the season. If he's good, there's no reason they're going to cut him. He's not that expensive for a wide receiver 1. So I'm still looking at Stefon Diggs if I'm a contender. I would pay a 26 second I saw a lot of trades for a second-round pick for Diggs. If you're a contending team, you're trading a late second for Diggs, who you put in your flex spot, and I think you can be pretty happy throughout the rest of the season. Saw Jerry Jeudy move for Stefon Diggs. Be happy to make that move as well. I even saw many trades that were just as 26th third for Stefon Diggs. I think that is cheap, but if there's someone who just is, and this was after last night. So if you're looking, maybe start with a third and then move up to a second. If you can get him for a third, you're getting a steal wherever you can.
All right. Good deal. I did find what I was talking about. This is on X, and this is from David Syverston. Hopefully I said that right, David. Since 2015, the two worst records in football are the New York Jets and New York Giants. They have combined for over 220 losses. That's total. And they are second to last in point differential over that span. And then he finished it off by saying, that is amazing, if you think about it. Amazingly bad. All right. I got a value buy for you here, Nate.
All right.
He's kind of more of a stash, but he's being forced into playing more. It's Cleveland Browns wide receiver Isaiah Bond. He's wide receiver 58 on the season, 226 on keep trade cut, wide receiver 85 on keep trade cut. So the value's not there. So don't forget, didn't go drafted. He was a UDFA late in the offseason. I think we were like 2 or 3 weeks into training camp until he got signed by the Browns, if memory serves me correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But in this last game, Nate, he was second on the team in targets with 7 to David Njoku, who had 9. Cedric Tillman is going to be on IR for a minimum of another 3 weeks. And with his 2 catches for 29 yards and 0 touchdowns in this past game, he had a better game than Jerry Jeudy with 5 targets, who had 2 catches for 15 yards and no touchdowns. So, again, this is a value buy. Guy I like to stash. What does it cost to get him? Wan'Dale Robinson, straight up.
Yeah. I think I'd probably take Wan'Dale, to be honest.
I like a little Wan'Dale.
I like me some Wan'Dale, especially with neighbors out. I'll take Wan'Dale.
Okay. Brian Robinson.
Brian Robinson really hasn't done much. He's behind CMC though.
Yeah. When CMC's healthy, he's going to play. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. So I mean, I could see it either way. I could see it either way there. I do kind of like Bond. He has got more talent than he got drafted for because of some off-field stuff, and he's showing it now. So
he's in a good situation. Hear me out. It's a team that needs wide receiver help. Okay, he's playing on special.
It's a good bad situation.
Right. It's a bad situation that's good for him to actually get on the field, is what I mean. Yeah. Playing special teams, I think he's returning kicks or punts, but he's also he's in the starting lineup. Well, quasi starting lineup now. He's got to play. So here's your opportunity, Isaiah Bond. And the last one, this will send Zach Duarte into a rage. Tyrone Tracy.
Yeah, I'll take Bond.
Yeah, and Tyrone Tracy's hurt right now too.
Yeah, 2 more games, I think.
Something like that. Yeah, they're going to need him because the way Cam Scatterbo plays, he's going to have CTE by week 7. Nate, give me another buy or sell.
All right, I got a buy here. Another buy. I got Michael Pittman Jr. Michael Pittman right now, wide receiver 13 on the season, wide receiver 37 on keep trade cut, 106 overall, so just after 100. He's been a top 24 wide receiver the last 4 weeks. He's on pace to have one of his best seasons so far this year with 26 receptions, 273 yards, 4 touchdowns. He hasn't topped 80 yards in a game yet, but he's seen at least 5 targets in every single game so far. And he has a touchdown in 4 of the 5 games so far this season. He has 4 of the 6 receiving touchdowns that the Colts have. So he is their go-to in the red zone. Touchdowns can be sticky. They go to him in the red zone. And touchdowns, you can have a 4 for 20 game, but if you get a touchdown, it's all worth it. So Michael Pittman Jr. is someone that is playing really, really well right now for the Colts. Daniel Jones obviously playing really well, and they don't seem like they're slowing down anytime soon. So Michael Pittman is someone I'd be targeting. Really good flex play right now. And it's not too expensive. I just see, Mike, this trade actually happened in one of my leagues yesterday. Drake London and a 3rd-round pick for Michael Pittman Jr. and a 1st-round pick.
Give me the Michael Pittman Jr. first-round pick side, please.
I absolutely agree there. Here are some other trades I found in Dynasty Daddy. Straight up for Jaden Higgins. Give me Michael Pittman.
Yeah, I haven't really kept up with Jaden.
I think he had 3 catches this week against the Ravens, but nothing too crazy. I think he had 7 points.
Yeah, 9 for 121 and 1 on the season.
Yeah, not too much. Xavier Hutchinson had 2 touchdowns against the Ravens instead. I like Xavier Hutchinson. I'm just kind of annoyed he's getting touchdowns over Jaden Higgins.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We thought that Jaden Higgins was going to replace Xavier Hutchinson, and now Xavier Hutchinson's like, not so fast, my friend.
Like, I had a bunch of Xavier Hutchinson his rookie season, but he didn't do anything his first 2 years. So, whatever.
Either did Nico Collins.
Yeah, I guess. J.K. Dobbins, straight up for Michael Pittman Jr.
Okay.
Could be kind of depending on what your team needs.
Yeah, if someone's looking for a running back to hopefully bring it home, is what it sounds like to me.
Yep. And then 26 late first for Michael Pittman.
Sign that check.
There we go.
All right. Hey, would you like another value buy?
Let's hear one more.
He's playing well with
He is.
starting quarterback for the Giants. It's New York Giants tight end Theo Johnson. On keep trade cut, he's player 232, tight end 31, and in their 26-14 loss to the vaunted New Orleans Saints, he scored the only 2 touchdowns of the game. You can say, "Oh well, Jackson Dart was there too." Yeah, okay, I get it. Thank you. He tied for the team lead in targets with 7, tied with Cam Scatterbo, Wendell Robinson, and then Theo Johnson. 6 catches, 33 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's a nice game. And if I would have started him in the league, I would have won. But I started someone else instead. I don't want to talk about it. But
Yeah.
what does it cost to get Theo Johnson? Ollie Gordon.
Yeah, I like Theo Johnson a good bit. So
Yeah. And I do think that the Giants aren't always going to be this bad. So you'll be able to get some Theo Johnson. He'll be rolling in like another year or so. Carson Wentz, who's going to lose his job when J.J. McCarthy comes back.
Yep.
Yeah. And Cedric Tillman, who's on IR.
Yeah, not a big Cedric Tillman fan.
Yeah. You never really were you?
No, never have really been. Going back, I might go with Ollie Gordon depending on my team needs. But I'm very much Theo Johnson on Carson Wentz and Cedric Tillman.
Yeah. I mean, look, Carson Wentz, like I said, going to lose his job. Cedric Tillman could lose his job to Isaiah Bond. Even, if Isaiah Bond has another couple good weeks, they could be like, look, we're just going to roll with this guy. We're going to try to get some momentum going here. Will be interesting to see who the Browns started quarterback this week.
Dylan Gabriel looked pretty decent.
He didn't look too bad. So
first start on the road in London against the Vikings. I think he did pretty well.
Yeah, I wouldn't have chosen that time to make a change of quarterback.
Interesting choice there.
Yeah, it was like that time that they thought Baker Mayfield wasn't good anymore, but we won't get
it. That.
Nate, you got a quick one for us then?
Yeah, one more quick one. I don't really have too many. I don't have any like values in this guy, but I just want to throw this in there. Rachaad White obviously had a great week this past week. I think he's a great buy right now. If it sounds like Bucky Irving's going to miss a couple weeks, I've always been a huge Rachaad White fan.
Yeah.
He's maybe not the most efficient running back out there, but he always gets work and he always, scores touchdowns, finds the end zone, gets receiving work. I would move a late second for him if I'm contending. Absolutely. Go out there, throw seconds around for Rachaad White right now.
That's what I did. I overthought things and I put Sean Tucker instead of Theo Johnson in because I'm like, they're not going to give Rachaad White everything. And I almost started Theo Johnson. I screwed myself. Don't overthink your starting lineups.
Yep.
Hey everyone, thank you very much for watching this Dynasty Rewind video. We're happy you're here. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends and your league mates, because you know what? Everybody takes something different from a piece of information. So it's going to make you stronger. It's going to make them stronger. It's just going to make your league better. Make sure you check out dynastyrewind.com, articles, rankings, links to merch, Patreon, patreon.com/Dynasty Rewind. We have bonus content on there as well, bonus podcasts, all sorts of good stuff. You get into our Discord group chat. If you just want the group chat, $1 a month gets you in the group chat. You can pay it yearly. I think it comes out to $10.60 a year. You can hit me up, you can DM me. And aside from that, you could also become a channel member. So you get all the Patreon stuff aside from the group chat, and you just get our premium videos, our premium exclusive content. You get all that. And yeah, again, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.